Hello, everyone. Matt Malatesta, Jackson DePasquale. We are in the VYPE podcast room. Behind the scenes, Bradley Collier. If we're going French, Alex Henson, of course, over there in the corner. All right, here we go. Another great week. Oh, forgot about Cash Cam. Cash Cam happening down below. You can't see, but he'll be featured later. Thank you, Cy Springs. We gave Cy Springs a lot of love last week, and they come up big, and they beat Cypress Ranch. Huge win for that program. Boom. They're keeping going. Keep it going. Can they beat Bridgeland? The game is coming up, I think, but that's the game to win the district title. Hitchcock. Man, how about Hitchcock knocking off Belleville a 3-18 versus a 4-18. David versus Goliath on our TNS game of the week. What a great game. What a great community. What a great feel for Hitchcock. I think that propels them into the stratosphere as it relates to confidence as they go along their playoff trail. We call it journey. Any other games you loved last week?
Another game I really loved was the Thursday night game.
Yes.
Willis versus the Woodlands. It was another shootout. Came down to a last-second field goal for Willis. It was almost like the last team that was going to get the ball was really just going to have the momentum to, be able to win that game. And, Willis had a 4-minute drive in the fourth quarter, was able to kick a game-winning field goal. So that was a big win for Willis and a very high-scoring, exciting game last week.
This week, there's a heavyweight battle between Iowa Colony and Randall. Many people don't even know that these schools exist. It will be on the Thursday night game of the week as well. This is a heavyweight of Class 5A, number 1, Randall, versus number 2, Iowa Colony. I'm going to say that Randall wins it. What do you think the keys to this game are?
I think the keys to this game, especially for Randall, is going to be having Landon Williams-Callis get him going early. The past 3 weeks, it's been the Landon Williams-Callis show as far as on the ground. He's had, I believe, almost about 3 touchdowns a game the past 3 weeks. And then you look at the other weapons they've got. Keelan Sweeney at wide receiver. He's another big piece of the offense. They'll move him into the quarterback position, and they'll run some read option games, some run pass option games. So like what they do with those two in the backfield. And then defensively, Chase Sims, he needs to continue to be a game wrecker on that defensive line, being able to stop the run, being able to get to the quarterback. On the Iowa Colony side, can you stop Chase Sims up front? Can you stop that Randall defensive front? And then can you get Carson White going, the 2027 quarterback? He's got elite wide receivers to throw the ball to, and Jaden Warren and a few other guys. I'm excited to see Carson White in person in pads. He had a big year last year as a freshman. Now he's a sophomore. What can he do with this Iowa Colony team? On the defensive side of the ball, watch out for Baylor commit Christopher Johnson. He's a beast on the defensive line. I'm expecting him to be a X factor for this Iowa Colony defense as they're facing a really good Randall rushing game.
Iowa Colony is one of these programs that's basically a splinter of Manville and Shadow Creek, if you don't know where this is, but it's way down in Alvin. We're going to be at a really cool stadium, Freedom Field. Brian Randall, I love what he does. I think they're pretty physical for a 5A team. And you're right, they're very athletic running the ball. Keelan Sweeney, yeah, that dude scored like 3 touchdowns last week. He balled out. So that's a two-headed monster running the ball in space. Can you tackle him in space? Probably not. I think Randall wins this game. Prediction.
Yeah, I think this is going to be probably a close game. I think Randall's rushing game is going to be dominant in this game. I would probably pick it to be 42-35 or 42-31. That'd be my score prediction.
That's very specific. I'm just saying Randall's going to win by 10. Boom. Done. Okay, so other games this week. It's kind of a lightest schedule. I know that you talked about College Park playing Grand Oaks. People might say, no, really, is that a great game? But it's super important for playoff positioning and seeding and who gets in and who doesn't get in. Grand Oaks, they've never been in the playoffs. Can they get in? Sean McDowell, of course, the coach over there is doing a great job. But I like the energy that College Park plays with. Who wins this?
I think it's all going to depend on the offensive lines for both teams. They both have young quarterbacks. Young quarterbacks being Grant Smith's a junior, and then the quarterback College Park's a sophomore. Can you protect them, give them time to get the ball out to their playmakers? I would probably pick Grant after watching Grand Oaks play the Woodlands and watching their defensive front being able to get at the quarterback with their front five. I really like what Grand Oaks does on defense. I would pick Grand Oaks to win this game, but this College Park team has a lot of playmakers. And they're big, very big up front on both sides of the ball. My prediction right now is Grand Oaks to win, but I think the winner of this game is going to carry on some momentum to get into the playoffs.
I'm going College Park in this. North Shore 3-0 plays Humble 3-0. I'm not sure this is a massive matchup. I think what North Shore has done this year so far is kind of cement their dominance, right? And they're doing all the right things. They're getting everybody involved. Their starters are out by the third quarter. Everybody's healthy. It's all good. Willie Gaston not coaching in this game. Will that play a role? Possibly. But I think they take care of Humble.
Yeah, I think North Shore's kind of there is a attitude with this team this year of what their end result was last year at the state championship game. They're wanting to flip the script. They're coming out with a little bit of chippiness, a little bit of revenge tour kind of season. I think that North Shore will take care of this game and continue on throughout the district. They look like a team that is primed for another state run.
Love it. Okay, so this is the most important segment we're probably going to have. This is Matt and Jackson's top 10 favorite uniforms in the city of Houston. Here we go. Number 10 for Matt, and then you can put yours in when you're ready. The Woodlands Christian Academy has some of the most hideous uniforms, but they are so bad that they are kind of cool. The all yellows, the mustards, whoo! Those are making a statement with the big numbers. They're number 10. We're going with number 10 on that. All right. Number 9, Dickinson. You like Dickinson, kind of traditional, red, white, and blue, but they wear them well. I do like it. Iconic. There's a couple of iconic teams on this list. Number 8 is Episcopal. The blue and white Episcopal on the front. It's clean. Very, very clean. Another iconic. Katy Tigers comes in at number 6. Number 6. The Katy Tigers. The red, the white, the red. It's looking good. Don't change it. They're kind of tinkering with the uniforms. Don't love it, but iconic uniforms. Number 5, Fort Bend Marshall. The blue, the black and the gold. The black and the gold is black and golden on those guys. It is awesome. They got some pinstripes. They got the buffs in script. We like in the script. This is a trend. North Shore Grays come in at number 5. They flipped from Adidas to Nike. Nike is bringing some heat with some of those North Shore uniforms. Who wouldn't want to dress out North Shore? Of course, one of the best teams in the state of Texas. Number 4, Oak Ridge War Eagles. Woo! No one even knows about Oak Ridge, but their uniforms are like a replica of the baby blue Ole Miss Rebel uniforms, or Ole Miss whatever they're called now. Those are hot. Oak Ridge coming in at number 4. Number 3, Lake Creek has a lot of different uniforms, but they got some baby blues. They just got a cool factor to them in Class 5A. Number 2, random, Grand Oaks. We talked about them. The Florida Gator uniform. Blue and orange looking hot. And then my number 1 and number 1A is this. Galveston Ball. I feel purple. I'm about a purple uniform. Galveston Ball's uniforms are hot. And when they changed to Central, it was a big Central where they kind of did a throwback uniform to the past. Man, those were sick. The school that has the most uniforms, I think, is the Woodlands. Red, green, red, all green. They have like 40 different uniforms. They look good also. So that is Matt's top 10 uniforms. Jackson, who do you love?
Yeah, I'd like the Galveston balls as well. I think that purple and gold just looks really good, especially when they go all white. I really like the all white look for them. It's a clean look. You got the numbers on the side of the helmet. Really like that look from them. I like the Lake Creek baby blues. Those are my favorite for Lake Creek. They look really clean, really crisp. Really like that look from Lake Creek. And then also, I really like Fulshear. Fulshear's got the chrome helmets. They've got the purple jerseys. They've got black jerseys. They got white jerseys. They got gray jerseys, I believe. So they've got all different types of jerseys, all different types of helmet combinations to go with them. I really like the Fulshear uniform combinations that they've got.
So drip is important. I mean, drip is dripping right now. I mean, everybody's getting new uniforms. Also, that's what's kind of cool. But the kids get into it. You know, the kids get into it. Here's my advice for uniforms: big numbers, because as we all get older, it's harder to see the numbers on the field. Oversized numbers, hot. Bradley, who's your favorite one? Do you have a favorite?
No.
No. Alex, do you have a favorite?
L6.
Elsick! I do those. Those favorite blues are really, really cool too. The Rams, bang. Very cool. Elsick is good. Honestly, A-Leaf has great uniforms. The Hastings, the all blacks, and the red, white, blue of A-Leaf Taylor, really, really cool. Okay, pivoting. UNLV quarterback whining about NIL, doesn't want to play, holding his 3-0 team hostage because they're not living up to their NIL standards. What do you think about, is this the future?
I think it is the future, and it's gonna come a lot faster now that this has happened. You're seeing the players sit out or hold out, like we see with the NFL players going through contracts negotiations, and it's kind of the Pandora's box that the NCAA opened when they let NIL be a thing. There's no kind of rules with it. There's no regulations on it. It's just kind of anyone's game. You can do whatever you want with it. Well, now you have a player sitting out because a coach or a program or alumni or whoever made a promise of this is what we'll give you for coming here and performing at this level. They're 3-0. They've beaten 2 Power 4 teams. He comes to coach, says, hey, y'all said I could get this. And then coach basically brushed it off from what the reports are saying, not saying that this exactly happened, but he decides to sit out on a 3-0 team that is getting ready for conference play. And if you're 3-0 already and you're able to go through conference play, you can make the playoff this year with 12-team playoff. So, you know, it's an interesting thing that could definitely start happening with bigger programs. Now, I don't necessarily see it happening a lot with bigger programs because the bigger programs like the Texases and the Ohio States and the LSUs and the A&Ms of the world, Alabama, Georgia, they have the money to be able to give all these guys good NIL deals. The smaller programs, though, like a UNLV, like maybe a UTSA or North Texas, they don't have the same type of NIL funds that others do. So seeing these kids sit out could lead to, hey, I'm going to hit the portal, I'm going to go somewhere else. So we'll see how this plays out, but I think this is just the beginning of what we may see throughout college football going forward.
This is ugly. This is so stupid. UNLV, no one cares about UNLV, and now they're on the cusp of it, and this guy, this rando quarterback who's pretty much mid, is going to hold this team hostage. You live in Las Vegas. I don't know if you know much about Las Vegas, but there's a shitload of money in Las Vegas. Just throw some money at the dude or whatever, or kick him off the team. I don't really care. But if this becomes a thing, this is going to be so annoying. People are going to be turned off by it. College football is the golden goose, that lay the golden egg, and they are just basically shattering this golden egg all over the place. I get it. Pay them. But here's what's going to happen. You're going to go so far overboard with this NIL that you're going to revert back, and smarter minds are going to prevail, and this is going to become a union, and you're just going to get paid this amount. Everybody's going to get paid this amount. So chill out on the NIL. Speaking of that, have you seen The Money Game about LSU's NIL story on Amazon Prime? Pretty much fire. And it taught me a lot. Just a kid has to go to school, kind of. He's also got, or her, really. These girls are making all the money. You have to perform at your sport, and then you also have to manage the posting, the shooting, the photo shoots. You have to manage all this. You don't have that much time in a day. So I thought that was very enlightening about the pressures that come on these kids as they have to fulfill NIL. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that NIL has just been. I think there's a good and bad with it. We've already talked about a little bit of the bad, but what the good part of it is these athletes are able to make some money and be able to get deals, whether that be local, nationally, whatever it is. You look at someone we were talking about from the female side of it. You look at Livy Dunn's making. I think she's making
$10 million.
Yeah, she's making the most money out of anybody in NIL, and she's been able to capitalize on it. And that's stuff that, like, you know, post her career at LSU, she's gonna be set up to go forward in whatever kind of avenue she wants to go in. And you look at other players as well that are able to do that. I think that's beneficial for these kids, especially a lot of kids coming from not necessarily great areas of different states and whatever it may be. It gives them the opportunity to set up their families for success, and then, but if they are able to go pro, just kind of grow whatever they're working on at that point.
Yeah. And it also kind of works in reverse sometimes. More girls will stay in college because the NIL money is so good in college. They go to the pros. It's just not there. Is there a professional gymnastics league that I'm not aware of? Because, I mean, how do you even make money in gymnastics after that? So you can't. So she stays in college 5th year and earns that money. I love it. I love it. Other people in the news. Harold Perkins from Cy Park, ACLs at LSU, done. I'm not thrilled about that, of course. That was really a bummer. Danny Amendola, looking pretty good on Dancing with the Stars, I'm just saying. And Mackenzie from Friendswood Volleyball, she going to win Big Brother. You heard it here first. This is Houston area people doing big things. What else have we missed? Have we missed anything else?
One thing that we might have missed last week in a game, actually, is freshman running back Micah Rhodes gets the game. He went off against Klein Kane. Klein Oak gets a huge win over Klein Kane last week, which shakes up this district a little bit. But this freshman phenom running back Micah Rhodes has really been going off. Really like what I've been seeing from him. That was some big news coming out of that district with Klein Oak beating Klein Kane, who was undefeated last week.
That guy's getting a lot of pub. His brother, Shane Rhodes, was a star back in the day in the Klein ISD, and he ended up going to have a tremendous career at Boise State. Big career. Smart, small, undersized running back, finds a spot, makes a home in Boise, becomes the face of Boise State football, and now he lives there, and he's like the super trainer of Boise. I don't even know that they even have training in Boise, because are there any athletes in Boise? I'm not sure. So, all right, so this is Matt Jackson. We're talking high school sports. Houston style. We'll see all of the games. Get out there. Follow us on all of our social media channels. Also, like, subscribe on our YouTube channel, because this is coming at you every week, throwing up of amazing information in high school sports. For Bradley, for Alex, for Jackson, this is Matt. See you at the game.